1-0, taking on their old neighbor, their old rival, old friendly rivalry, the Bettendorf Bulldogs. Both clubs come in 1-0. Dan Birch along with Cy Robinson will be bringing in the game, but different outcomes. We had a high-shooting affair. Bettendorf beat Burlington. PV behind us had a little tight defensive effort with North Scott.
They did. PV won the game just in the last couple of minutes, so they struggled for their win, but North Scott's tough this year, so it's going to be a battle here tonight.
Bettendorf already has a ranking, and once again, they are big. They're Iowa State big, not just high school big.
They really are. Faye, who's committed to Northwestern's 280. Zambrano is 280. They probably average 275, 270, 275 around the defensive line, and both those kids go both ways too. So.
And the Bulldogs, a great program. They're always heading the state. It seems like they're always winning. They're always big. But one program that may not has their number but gives them a run is the Spartans. In fact, just last year they knocked them off on this field.
That's right. I think Ed Morrissey had a good season last year. I think it was either 5-4, or maybe 4-5, but one of the teams he beat was Bettendorf. So this is a backyard battle. There's no question about that.
And it's early in the season, once again, when they knocked them off last year. Game number 2 of the MAC. It's 1-0 Bettendorf's Bulldogs, rather, almost said Spartans. They're so close. Taking on the 1-0 Pleasant Valley Spartans. We'll be back with all the game, all the recap, all the action on Cox Communications, Channel 38. Can we do another one? Can you hear me? Can I do another one? Because we stumbled and bumbled a little bit. Is that cool? Thank you. Let's do another one. Wave me when you're ready. The old neighborhood rivalry. We're in Pleasant Valley. It's the PV Spartans and the Bettendorf Bulldogs. Both ball clubs with nice wins. They're 1-0 heading into the second week of the MAC. But I'll ask Cy Robinson. I'm Dan Birch. We'll bring in the game. Different types of games. You saw PV in a defensive struggle with North Scott, Bettendorf in a shootout with Burlington.
Right. There was a lot of points scored on Bettendorf Bulldogs field last week. I think it was 28-27. Yet out at North Scott, there was a 12-7 ball game. So a little very defensive battle is what it was.
Now you see the PV Spartans behind us stretching out, but they should be beefing up. They should be eating probably because this Bulldog team is big.
They do a lot of grazing over Bettendorf, I think, because Faye and Zambrano both run around 280 and just huge kids. And I think they've got a couple other players that run at least 250. So they're a big team, no doubt about it.
Well, the Bulldogs, always of state power. They've won state several times. They're always ranked. They are, again, they're always big. But one team in the MAC side, it seems like maybe they have their number, is Pleasant Valley. In fact, this time of the year last year, they knocked them off early in the season.
Ed Morrissey's team, I believe, was 4-5 last year, but one of the victories was against the Bettendorf Bulldogs. So they're capable of beating anybody, and tonight there's no difference.
I saw you coached at North. You're assistant at West. You faced Morrissey. You faced Merv and the boys over at Bettendorf. What do you expect to see from both of them today?
Well, I think Ed Morrissey is one of the shrewdest coaches in the MAC Conference. He is really sharp. Merv, I'm not saying Merv is not sharp because he is, but he's the conference comedian. But he has the great assistants around him, as does Ed Morrissey. But Merv has the material.
Maybe Merv more of the program, but yeah. Morrissey maybe the one-game upset type guy.
Thank you. You for telling me that. I believe that's what I tried to say.
And we'll see it just in a moment. Cox Communications Channel 38. We bring you the Western Big Six, Augie football, and MAC football. And we've got a good one. It's Pleasant Valley hosting their rival, Bettendorf, when we come back on TCI Cable, Cox Communications Channel 38. I think it's on TCI as well, isn't it, Jim? Family Ties Productions, Cox Communications Channel 38, bringing you the Bettendorf Bulldogs and Pleasant Valley Spartans. The Spartans on the left side of your screen in the home blue will kick off to the Bettendorf Bulldogs in the visiting white uniforms with the Iowa-Pittsburgh Steelers-like gold pants, of course. Cy Robinson and myself, Dan Birch, bringing you the call. And as we said last year, they upset them, Cy. PV got their number.
That they did. 24-14 was last year's score, so imagine there's a little revenge tonight. Here we go.
Kicks off. It goes by Noomkina. It's fielded at about the 5. Up there's a hole. There's a seam. Ooh. And at midfield, they're going to have to bring him down. Colvin sprinting to pass midfield and up around the 40. Well, it looked like a good squib kick at first, and then an opening just parting of the Red Sea there.
A good thing Jeff Taney, number 35 for Pleasant Valley, was there. He could have cut that to the outside and probably gone another 15, 20 yards.
So the ball on the near side, the hash mark to the left near your screen. You'll see Bettendorf come out of their huddle, 1st and 10, spotted on the 41-yard line. 10 seconds gone by, a big return by the Bulldogs. They had a shootout with Burlington, as we told you, 28-27 last week. Under center they come, the give to Colvin behind Nukina, or check that it was Nukina behind Colvin. You'll see both of them. It's kind of like two fullbacks in the backfield.
Right. Brian Schertz on a tackle down. Nice defensive play over there. He had 10 tackles last week against North Scott, so he was their leading tackler last week. Here he is right in it again.
Colvin was the ball carrier. Had it right the first time. 5'10", 190, kind of a fullback type. And Numkina, the big kid, has been starting since his sophomore year. 6'2", 205.
Big people tonight.
The quarterback is Sam DeTrent. Behind that big line, we told you about him, 280, Adam Fay. He'll go both ways, 290, Ganatovich. They man the tackle spots. Long snap there, some movement.
There was some movement, and it didn't look to me like PV jumped off sides, but...
it's PV applauding, so it must have been Bettendorf. So they'll march it back 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 14. They gave Colvin a 1-yard gain. They'll not march it back to the 45. So thus far, the defensive side looking good for PV.
They really do. Ed Morrissey's been a base 52 defense for a long time, and he just overshifts his nose to strength or weakness, and that's what they played.
Tim McCarty, the big center, brings the Bulldogs up to the line. There you see the PV defense ready. 2 inside backers will make most of the plays. Colvin in the stand-up high behind him. Keenan, they ball fake to Colvin. DeTrent rolling right, going downfield, looking way downfield. He lofts it and it's picked off. Oh, nearly picked off. I was already giving it to him. I think it was Luke Voss on it.
Voss, I'll tell you what, the pass receiver knocked the ball down, or it was a pick.
They kind of reversed roll there. Roll reversal at the last second. It was lobbed at Voss. And it was Paul Jasper who turned into the DB and batted it down.
He did, and a good knockdown it was.
Ball around midfield now. It's still on the 45-yard line of Pleasant Valley's side of the ball. Side of the 50, I should say. 3rd and 14 is the down and distance. DeTrent looking around, surveying. He's got split receivers, the I backfield. Trying to draw off sides, but I think I saw 5. It was Bettendorf moved again.
Right, it was.
But moving on both sides, but obviously the defense gets a little more leeway.
Pleasant Valley defensive line are off the ball, I think, just to avoid that offsides.
So after a good opening return by Colvin on the kickoff, it's now 3rd and 18 for Lavelle, Scott Freeman, and of course Hobenick, the coaching staff of the Bulldogs.
Merv Hobenick, 28 years at Bettendorf. I believe we talked about that a while ago.
Actually, we were talking about it before the game, so we were getting it down. 28 years for Merv, and I guess Morrissey's been there about 18 years. You're right, Si, here at PV. DeTrent under center, the ball exactly at midfield. A little movement, no flags. DeTrent looking downfield over the middle. Numkina, he overthrew him. Picked off. Nice tackle immediately by Numkina. Way overthrown. Wes Hansen on the pick.
Yeah, picked off by number 22 for PV, Wes Hansen. He was right, and the ball was way overthrown, and all he had to do was just float underneath it.
Good center field there. That's what it was. But a nice punt for Bettendorf, if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah, it really was.
No return as Numkina, the receiver, got in on the tackle. So at the 21, their own 21, here comes Pleasant Valley. You'll see them throw generally more often, but we've seen Bettendorf in the passing situations. Tight backfield. Quick give. And I think that may have been Hansen again.
Tackled by a bunch of white shirts.
Ooh.
What do you do, a fumble?
It was a fumble. J.R. Kundert was the ball carrier. And kind of a late call there, or we just gave up on the play perhaps.
It looked like they're doing a lot of patting on the back to Adam Fay, number 76.
The big boy.
I don't know who came up with a fumble there.
Well, it's 1st and 10 Bettendorf again, so not a good offensive first series.
Not a good start.
For Morrissey. 1st and 10 from the 26. Just about a minute and a half gone by. It is scoreless in the first quarter at Pleasant Valley. DeTrent taking his time. The Bulldogs very patient on offense, except from the offensive line. They're jumping off sides. They give us to Colvin straight up the middle. He bowls away. That's what you're going to see. Big guys up front, 280, 290, 250, and a big backfield as well.
Right. Big Shirts came in again for that tackle from his defensive tackle spot on the almost on the opposite side of the football. So he is a mobile young man for that size.
Shirts 280, so he can combat the size of Bettendorf a little bit. Big kid, 6'2", 280. He's about the only guy up there in that territory, though. It's 2nd and 5. They give Colvin 5 yards on that carry. Still out of the eye. 2 receivers right this time. And they give to Numkina just on a straight drive. He tries to go back up over center a little bit. Started off guard and then cut it back right over center. Gets a couple more.
Yeah, initial hit was by Bill Fairman, one of the linebackers there.
Mr. Do Everything.
Right. Matt Taney, I believe, number 31 was in on it, plus the middle of the line. So good gang effort by the Blue Shirts.
3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs.
3rd and 3. They give Numkina 2 yards. On the 19 is where the ball is placed. Second drive, second offensive opportunity for Bettendorf. They took the opening kickoff. Colvin at the tail, Numkina to Trent. Straight drop, he'll pitch to Colvin. He's got blockers in front of him. A little bit of a lane. He's got a first down somewhere around about the 12-yard line. He went down.
Pretty good play by the quarterback there, I thought, Dan. It's very good patience shown there.
So they'll move the chains, brings up 1st and 10. I said about the 12. We'll see where they spot it. It looks like that's where they will put it. Yes, indeed, 12-yard line. So now good opportunity for Bettendorf here after the fumble. Yeah, that's the key. No matter what the program, take care of your turnovers, score off the opportunities, the takeaways.
Yeah, you're right. Need to take advantage here.
Right side of the field, plenty running room left. 2 receivers tight side, and they go right that way up the middle. Nice blast.
Oh, good job
by number 52,
defense.
Gavin Ank,
right.
230-pound linebacker.
So he's not small, but he doesn't look big compared to
big boys up front.
He did a good job there coming up making a tackle.
Well, he's big enough to take out Numkina and Colvin, and that's what they need, because let, as we said, Shirts and the big guys wrestle up front, and you come up and meet them. No gain, 2nd and 10. Oh, they give him a yard. My apologies. 2nd and 9. We'll give him a yard. Ball now on the 11. 4 minutes gone by. First quarter action. We are scoreless. Both clubs 1-0 again. Now we have a split receiver left side. They have this wide side of the field. We'll see if they do anything with it. To Trent. Straight drop. Looking over that way. He's under pressure. Still on his feet. And taken down. Great hit by Ank again, and great pressure by Shirts.
Great pressure, yeah, right by Shirts, and good tackle out there.
Well, we said both their names already. Shirts 280, very mobile, very athletic, and Ank's a sticker.
Shirts has got 3 or 4 tackles already. We're only about 4.5 minutes into this game. The mobile young man.
They lose a couple. I'll march it back to about the 14. We'll call it 3rd and 13. You may hear the PA announcer in the background, and if you see the camera shaking, it's not because Jess has been hitting the sauce again. It's because this place is shaking during the national anthem. The crowd that were on the Pleasant Valley side, they were pumped up for this one. The upset last year. 3rd and 13 to Trent. Got 1 receiver right, 1 left. Straight drop. Good blocking. Lost to the end zone. This time he underthrew.
Oh.
And threw it a little bit out. There was the receiver kind of slipped there.
Right. I'll tell you what, I got to mention his name again, Dan. Shirts was about, looked like he's about 18 foot in the air, and he's tough. He's going to be tough to throw over that side.
This is the type of game, too, you figure Shirts, he knows Faye's got in the pub. He's going to Northwestern, and Faye's a good player, don't get me wrong, but this fires up a guy like Shirts. This is where there may be a scout, or a recruiter, I should say, in the stands for him.
Exactly right, and there's probably some here.
Scott Shara, I should say. The kicker, we saw him last year. Strong leg, as you remember, side. We'll see what he does with this one. Tough angle from the left hash.
Oh, big kick.
Got it.
Big kick.
3-0.
Sam D. Trent on the hold. That was perfect. Perfect snap, perfect hold.
About a 31-yard kick, I'd call it. And so it's 3-0 Bettendorf with the early lead. Remember last year, though, 24-14, a lot more points scored. And we saw Bettendorf put up 28 last week, so. Now, if you're PV, though, you may get a little worried, though, because last week you only put up 12 against North Scott. But, the thing with North Scott, to beat them, you try to keep them from controlling the clock. They're such a run-oriented team. They got the 2 running backs back from last year. So maybe that's 12-7. That was the type of game they wanted last week.
That's right. And I'll tell you what,
Size fan club, you can hear yelling in the background. Cyrus, ooh. That's from now on, baby. We got his name.
Remember, I gave Steve Lynch a bunch of baloney out here. You know, his son was playing last year. Now I'm catching it from his wife. So.
Oh, that's right. You were good. That was, I remember last year, buddy. Your
Kathy,
golfing buddy, I believe. 3-0 to score. Bettendorf set to kick. We saw Shara put it through the uprights. He'll try to do the same probably again. Now it's kind of a low squib kick taken by Voss. So Voss has an interception and a kickoff return, and he got about as much yardage each time.
Right. There were 10 white shirts on that tackle. 10 of them, no less. Kicker didn't want any part of it.
1st and 10 from the 33, their own 33. And I'm sure Coach Morrissey and the Spartans want a better offensive set this time. They fumbled on their opening play.
Merv Hobnick's defense is sitting in he's been in a base 52 defense for years and years. Backs his linebackers off a long ways.
Here they come. The give, first back through, blast through forward. And he's mobbed by about 4 or 5. Bettendorf Bulldogs should be no gain.
Runs right into the big nose guard, Todd Zambrano, and the program lists him at 6'4", 270, and he's not a pound under that.
Kevin Hansen was the ball carrier. They're going to give him a little momentum, give him a yard or two. We'll give him a yard, maybe 2. We'll call it 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 for the Spartans. On the 35-yard line.
Nick Rolofson comes out of center, first out of that huddle. You'll see him break. Mauser behind him. He took over for Anthony. Anthony is main target now. Nice hole there, blasting through, and Muscles, I think they'll give him the first down on the spot.
I believe it will. Tackled by number 88 from Bettendorf. I believe it was 88, Chris Kinsler, and bone-jarring tackle, but not until after the first down was made.
Yeah, Hansen blasted through on a little counter, and they'll do that with the split backs. You'll see Bettendorf just come out of that eye and come right at you and try to run it down your throat with their size. Well, with PV, they're going to try to beat you on some quick traps. Anthony, I talked about, number 11, comes near side, wide right. A very good athlete. We've seen him here before do numerous things in the basketball court as well. He's played a little quarterback receiver throughout. Mauser's going to throw it to him. Anthony's got it.
Nice play.
Maybe I just sensed that one side, but it was coming his way.
Okay. Scott Shara brought the receiver down there after a pretty good gainer. Was a little fake in the middle and just up and through the little quickie.
Was that Shara? You said the kicker's out there?
Yeah,
mixing up that a baby. This ain't like the pros. 5:24
sure.
and counting in the first quarter. It's 3-0 Bettendorf, but PV, 2 first downs in a row. Nice drive going. Now they go to the 3-man backfield. He'll tee. Mauser's going to pull, try to get outside left. Nothing doing. Dumped for about no gain or maybe 1 yard loss. We'll see where they spot it.
Yeah, host of white shirts out there. Looked like the first one out there is probably number 8, John Bloom for Bettendorf.
They'll spot
one of the corners.
Excuse me, Cyrus. They'll spot it around the original line of scrimmage.
Oh, no. Well, I tell you, only the best of my friends call me that. So.
That little staggered. You got Fairman out there at the wing. We see this a lot from PV. He's kind of in the stand-up at the flanker. They first back through. You got to establish that before you start hitting the counter.
Really do, and nobody establishes things better than Ed Morrissey, and that's my true feeling on that. Good coach.
Comes in with the game plan, sticks to it. So they got a couple of yards there. We'll give them 2 yards. Call it around 3rd and 8. Ball somewhere around the 40-yard line. Just shy of the 40-yard line of Bettendorf. They're on the defensive side on the right side of your screen. There you see the PV huddle. Anthony 11. He's good offensive weapon. Breaks out this way. Mauser 13, the quarterback, up behind the line of scrimmage. And there you see that split backfield we're talking about. Taney on this side will go out. They're looking right. Taney and Anthony on a crossing pattern. Slow developing.
Oh.
Anthony caught it. I'll tell you what.
You thread that in there?
Shara's kind of going to be upset. That was one of the slowest developing cross patterns, and Shara, I think, was afraid, almost running into his own guy. Could have probably picked it.
I don't think he ever saw the football, Dan. He was kind of standing there, and it looked like all he had to do was reach out and snag it, but he didn't see it coming, I don't think.
That's one of those, like when you hit a little duck snort, a little blooper in baseball, and you say, hey, it's a sharp single in the in the box score. That's like that. It looked like he zipped it in there. Looked like a clean route. Next day in the paper. That's all that matters.
Indeed.
1st and 10. It's on the 32. Ooh, some movement, no call. And I'll tell you what, they're stuffing that dive back through big time.
Zambrano stuffed that play big time and had a little help from number 67, Chad Burke, I believe it was.
Well, Pleasant Valley has picked up 3 first downs. A nice little drive here as they get near the 32. Got to apologize to the PV staff here. It's a little tight fit. I'm knocking into television monitors and cameras.
I am lonely back here in the back row.
And you're behind me. We're staggered. Good thing you got about a head on me height-wise. You can see over. 2:55 to go. The give once again. This time it's a second back through. I think it's Fairman muscling through.
Good gang tackle out there again. That Colvin, number 37, but the initial hit was by number 79. Zambrano clear over from his nose position. He's a pretty mobile young man for a big kid too.
Taney was
I've heard some people compare Zambrano to knowing to bust his buttons, but I've heard him compared to Hap Peterson.
Who played up at Iowa.
Sure. Played at Iowa
back in the early 80s.
You bet. One of the finest linemen ever come out of here.
Matt Taney was the ball carrier. He got a couple. It's 3rd and 4. The quick slant, there's Fairman, and he almost busted it, hit the seam. That Mauser throws a nice little slant route.
He does. Nice little soft pass in there, Dan.
And this is how we talked about Ed Morrissey establishing it, Cyrus.
Yeah.
No, but the ball fake, even though you're only getting 1 or 2 really with that dive fake, you still got to respect the dive fake, and then he pulls it and he hits a little slant,
right.
and you got that seam.
Establish the run, and the pass goes much easier.
And some people don't understand, they probably say, why is he giving it on first down again? Why is he giving it saying they're only getting 2 or, well, that's why.
That's right. And that's basic football. Looks like we got number 88 for PV down. That's Creighton Duncan, I believe.
The wrestling standout for him.
They list him at 202. He probably wrestles 145.
I'll tell you what, as they take care of him, we'll take a break. 2:10 to go in the first quarter. It's 3-0 Bettendorf, but PV has the momentum. Good sign there. Creighton Duncan up on his own accord coming off the field. Cox Communications, Channel 38, and Family Ties Production bringing you this game. 3-0 once again. Bettendorf on top, but 4 first downs on this drive for the Spartans.
Bettendorf moving into their 60 front inside the 10-yard line now.
Not much motion. There's that first back through. He stays on his feet a little bit.
Rob Colvin on the initial hit and pretty much brought him down there with a little help from someone down there.
One thing I noticed, Cy, that Colvin and Numkina and Fay, we're seeing that guys go both ways, and for years the staple of Bettendorf was even the Hap Petersons and such. It was
totally two platoon.
So
right.
maybe that's just the baby boom's over. We're not as many kids in school anymore.
Could be. Of course, I'll tell you, he didn't have near the bodies over there either. You're used to seeing about 80 of them. We're only seeing 55 now.
Anthony wide right. Mauser looking that way. Lost it to the end zone. Ooh, he just threw it under pressure at Fairman, and I'll tell you what, if he turns around a little bit quicker, he may get that.
Yep, Fairman didn't see it coming. He was open.
It's not a bad decision, too, because he threw it deep in the end zone.
Right. What we got here? 3rd and goal, huh, from the 10?
From the 9, they're saying, just inside the 10. Taney comes in, Fairman goes out. They'll rotate in from that flanker position and actually spell themselves because they're 2 of their standout players on defense, so it's a good rotation. You don't lose much with either player. Taney probably a little bit better runner, Fairman a better receiver.
Right.
Taney's on the right flanker there. Now Anthony's in that quarterback. He's going to pull option left side, look for an opening. Did you see what they did there? All of a sudden I looked out to see where Anthony was wide right, and I see 13. Holy cow, that's Mauser. And if anybody's done that in this conference since I've lived here, it has been Morrissey.
That's right.
He knows. He's rotated. How about the one year he went to the playoffs? He rotated the one quarterback and the one receiver. The one was a runner.
Was it?
He's up at PV.
I remember it.
Or excuse me, he's up in Iowa State, I should say. Playing DB now. That's how good an athlete he was. Yeah, one was a great high school kid ended up at St. Ambrose, I believe. Can't recall his name, but he'll rotate his receivers and his quarterbacks. So we're looking to tie it up. The field goal attempt from 29 yards out. It's up, and it looks like it's good. Oh, I'll tell you what. There was not a press box in the Quad Cities I can call a kick correctly from. Because that looked good from here last night.
That looked good to me.
I called 2 of them incorrectly. They need to hire one. Clinton's the one, I think. He had him extended just to make Jim Cox did just make sure of that. So with 33 seconds left to go in the first quarter, we'll keep it here. It's 3-0 Bettendorf on the missed field goal attempt. taking over from their own 20, the Bulldogs. Nice drive by
It
Pleasant
really
Valley.
was. They moved the ball down the field nicely there. It's almost a shame they didn't put some points on the board.
And that's what Morrissey and the staff's thinking. They're going, man, we'd like to get something out of that.
You bet.
Here's DeTrent, 2 receivers, far side. Split backfields this time for Bettendorf. And they come with Noomkini. He's going to try to get outside. Ball in the wrong hand, by the way. If he fumbles, I'm going to note that later on.
Okay.
Picked up about 15, moved the chains. He got a first down.
Brought down by linebacker Bill Fairman. The defensive end got blocked pretty well, and that set the corner for let the ball carrier turn the corner, that is.
You know what I'm talking about, Si? You being a coach or a former coach, he had it in that right hand. He had to keep it on the outside because if he gets popped.
If he gets hit, the ball's down.
Well, they shifted it up. I predicted we'd see him out of this eye as they come on now, and they went to a little split back. Colvin behind Noomkina. DeTrent at center.
Getting diversifying in his old age.
He still ran it. DeTrent under center, 1st and 10. And what? Oh, I was going to say once again movement, but we've got the end of the quarter. We'll see what they call.
That's the end of the first quarter.
That's what it is. End of the first quarter. 3-0 Bettendorf. We'll be back on Cox Communications, Channel 38. Bulldogs break out of the huddle, 1st and 10 to start the second quarter. They have a 3-0 lead. DeTrent with the eye behind him and the 2 receivers right side. They're going to option. Colvin will get a block from Noomkina, cup it up, still on his feet. He's got a first down, plus about 3 or 4 more.
Yeah,
Nice
we had
lead
one
block.
missed tackle with about the 2-yard gain spot, and but number 42 for Pleasant Valley, Luke Voss, finally brought him down after about a 15-yard gainer.
We've said Voss's name several times. He's in a lot of action. So 1st and 10.
I think he's either the free or the strong safety, and it's happening in the defensive backfield.
That's when you always look at the strong defenses when you got DBs instead of linebackers leading a team of tackles. 1st and 10, near midfield at the 49 on the near hash. A lot of running room left side. We'll see if they option that again. They give the Colvin just on the right side. He blasts through for another first down. Wes Hansen.
Hansen took a little shot there.
He made the tackle, but he certainly didn't deliver the blow that time.
He got delivered upon. I don't know if that's...
Hansen giving up 30 pounds, and I'll tell you, he did a good job of bringing him down, I guess.
He did. It was a good wrap.
Well, this is what Bettendorf wants to do. I was just going to say, for a minute, we've seen him try to go outside twice, but now they go back to the power game. 1st and 10, it's on the 40. Still on the tight side. Look at how everybody's stacked right side. 2 receivers right side. And they give it to Noomkina straight up the middle. The holes are starting to get big now.
They really are. And that was number 67 from Bettendorf. Chad Burke came across on that little inside trap, and he wiped out the defensive tackle over there.
3 first down carries in a row. He had a pickup of about 14, of about 13, and now about 11.
Yeah, there again, we're talking about the free safeties and corners making tackles 14, 15 yards down the field.
And that's what they call that, a 14-yard pickup. 1st and 10 from the 26. We're still on the right hash. Plenty of room left, but hey, there's plenty of room up the middle with the holes. That big line
Appears that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. Under center once again, 2 receivers. You see him on the right side, the tight side of the field. And they blast once again. Noomkina up the middle. This time just picks up a couple.
Same play.
Looks like what they're doing, are they pulling the right guard and the left guard's double teaming with the center there real quick?
That's Chad Burke, 2 little inside traps in a row there.
To see him crack down, the center will just double team that nose guard, get help from the left guard, and the right guard will do a quick pull and trap the nearest man outside, and that's where they attack it. There once again, same formation. Receivers right side. The eye, Colvin behind Noomkina. They go left this time. They're going to take advantage of it. Noomkina kind of shed the block. Colvin out there. He's fighting for the first down, a little bit short.
Number 87, Jason Deal was out there, and he took a little pound job, but he finally got the tackle made with a little help. Again, I think from Chris Anthony that time.
Well, that's what I figured. Eventually, they're going to try to attack outside. You get all that room, you eventually got to go to it. 3rd and, it says 8 up on the board. It's going to be about 3rd and 2. They spotted 3rd and 3 now. It's on the 24-yard.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's on the 19. I'm looking at the board. My apologies. Look at the field. I'll call my own. 3rd and 3 from the 19. Wide side is right. 2 receivers to the tight side, the far side, the left side. See it in your screen. They give the Colvin on the left side.
Ooh.
Nothing doing. A great defensive stand.
Great defensive play there by Shirts again, I believe.
Yep, big 76 was in there.
He is what they call a factor.
He's fired up for this game. Good job.
You
Now
bet.
it brings up an interesting situation. You've got the 3-point lead. Do you up it to 6? Or do you look for more? It's 4 and 3.
Shar can kick it out of the stadium from there, but looks like
They're
they're
going
going to
for
go for it. Yep.
4th and 3. It's on the 20. Can Shirts and company respond one more time? Split receivers, wide right and left. DeTrent trying to draw him off. He's going to option right. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to get it and get inside the 10-yard line.
Nice option play by DeTrent there.
Good call.
Yeah, the pitchman was covered well, but nobody had the quarterback.
Well, good call there. You go with DeTrent and try to help make a play. Murph knows he's a good athlete, and if you're on defense, you're sick of seeing Colvin and Numkina coming at you. You're freed about him.
Right. And Ed Morrissey's probably getting tired of Chris Anthony making lots of tackles at the free safety position.
Player hustling off for the Spartans. We're under 8 minutes left in the first half. It is 3-0 and a timeout for Pleasant Valley. They weren't set. I don't know if they had the wrong guy in or the wrong formation.
Looked like Gavin Inc. Came out, and now they're going to put him back in, I believe.
Well, as we said, he's one of their stickers.
Right.
He racks a few Rydels out there, so you want him in there on goal line situations.
He's a good hitter. Well, looks like Joe Ambrose. Let's see what Joe Ambrose is going to do with that defense out there.
Joe's brother Phil, of course, coached up at Clinton, helping out at Assumption, and Joe's been here for quite a while, helping out at.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many years, but long line of Ambrose family, all athletes.
Actually, they went to Ambrose, which was kind of ironic when he was Joe Ambrose. In fact, his nephews, as you know, Rita, his sister married Van Wetzing, and they were some of the better athletes out here.
That's right.
Was
That's
Rusty.
a pretty well-known name out in this area, Van Wetzing.
Well, Rusty was all spate about every sport he tried. So the connection is out here. 3-0 the score.
We've been informed that Rusty's coaching out. I didn't know that.
I saw him down there, to tell you the truth, but he just got done at Augie. I thought he was just hanging out for the game. Thank you very much. There you see Bettendorf, 1st and goal. They give to Numkina, huge hole he walks in. Man, they just blasted up the middle line.
There's the trap again, Dan, and I tell you what, they're going to have to get Burke stopped coming across there because he's just wailing on the defensive tackle over there.
So a 31-yard field goal from Shara, and now a 9-yard touchdown run. Right up the middle by Numkina makes it 9-0, and Shara should put it through. We'll see what happens. Or, excuse me, is that 8? It's 11. I'm sorry, it looked like an 8. I thought I saw a different number out there. DeTrent to hold, the quarterback, so they can always pull it and do something else with it. Shara with the kick, and it's good. 10-0. So PV had a nice little drive the last time they had the ball, but Pleasant Valley got nothing out of it. Now they're down 10. 7:51 to go.
I think against a team like Bettendorf, you get that opportunity to score, you better do it.
I'm just telling you.
All right, they're informing us again. We're getting it all from the booth. It was 14-zip Bettendorf last year, and we know the final we've mentioned several times is 24-14. See if the momentum can sway, and that was at Tuvel Stadium, so if this place gets into it. And of course you've got the chain gang crew working your way. I'm just teasing,
Oh, yeah, send those letters to Dan Burridge, will you please?
Everybody there, they're running jokes about the homer advantage.
Oh, yeah.
The chain guy stretch it just right, little lax once in a while on the first down. Shire will tee it up from his own 40. Back deep for the Spartans. Chris Anthony doing a lot for everybody out there. And Tim Hansen back there.
2 Hansons on the field for PV, I think.
Anthony Comes up, gets it, takes it at his own 5. He's up around the 20, a little bit of a lane. Gets about to the near the 25 and a flag. You see it come
Flag on
flying
the play,
in.
Dan, but Rob Colvin came down the field like a rocket, hit a blue shirt, knocked him on his backside, and got up and made the tackle. What a play. He is something else.
10-0. Bettendorf leads. 1st and 10. PV takes over. 7:43 to go. Second quarter action here on Family Ties Productions, Cox Communications, Channel 38. And the flag is against Pleasant Valley. You figure, was that a clip? Backside block?
10-yard penalty, a hold, I think. Yep.
There you go. You see it on the referee calls it. I didn't realize it was 10, and I would put 2 and 2 together there. It's not a clip. 1st and 10 from their own 14. Not great field position for Morrison. Mauser's back at quarterback this time around. Split backs. Give to the first back through. He's got a little running room and more.
Ooh,
nice way.
In the middle.
There you go. First down, he got about a 16-yard pickup, maybe 7. We'll call it 17-yard pickup.
Yeah, brought down finally by number 42, as I believe Terry Walters. Terry Walters is coming to replace one of the linebackers. I think he's probably giving Colvin a little airtime over there. Colvin, the regular linebacker, and also on the kickoff team.
Kundert kind of at the fullback. You mentioned the other guys will rotate in. They give the Kundert right back at you. He's got about 5-6 more.
Ditto, same play, same tackler, I believe.
So Kundert picks up about 20-some yards and a couple of carries. That's a nice average.
Looks like Terry Walters again on the tackle, one of the linebackers that's in now.
Taney goes out, Fairman comes in. Mauser calling the play, getting it set. Second and, they got 2nd and 4 from the 37. Split backs again. Fairman, flanker right. From the wing position. Mauser wants a timeout as they shift the other way. Hanson front from left half to right half. Something didn't look right. Morrissey's going to walk out there this time. Ambrose handles the defense, but Ed's going to take a look at
the big guy. I tell you what, when a big guy comes out, you want to be at the backside of the huddle.
Well, he's not going to let this one get away. 10-0.
Yeah, it looked like Kevin Hanson might have been in the wrong place in the set because
So
right before the
shifted
timeout,
right
he
there
shifted.
from left to right half. Hanson's playing a halfback. It's pretty much been Kundert throughout at the fullback position. And at the wing, I call it kind of flanker, but they go to a stance. You see people almost go in a shortstop baseball stance in some sets. That's how Assumption kind of does it. You see some people go in the 3-point. Right, kind of a wingback position. You see it, who ran it better than anybody around here for years was Augustana. And Fairman's kind of rotated in, as we said earlier, with Taney. They'll rotate in because they play defense both ways, so they kind of just rotate at that position.
See, Chad Burke now, the fine offensive guard for Bettendorf, has been playing a little defense. He's just gone back out again now.
You'll see Fairman 24 going to 3-point, but shifted in the wingback position. It was Hanson on the right side. They do the counter, a little bit of a hole. He follows it through and gets the first down. Nice job. He didn't panic. He saw a seam, and a lot of times running backs, especially high school kids, they never want to get hit. They're looking for a huge hole. He knew it was just a little bit of a seam and got enough, just maybe a yard extra to get that first down.
That play right there shows you the discipline of an Ed Morrissey football team. I guarantee you he's supposed to be there, and that's where he went.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 42. They go back. Kundert's doing a nice job now on this initial dive. Get a couple more.
You might know the biggest man on the field is on top of the pile. That's Zambrano. I think. Well, I don't know if he's bigger than Adam Fay or not. They're probably pretty close. Look like bookends. The nose guard and the right tackle.
It's pretty close. Zambrano goes 270, Fay 280, Ganatovich 290. But I think it's who's ever been to the buffet line last. And they're all about 6'4", 6'5".
Got the biggest pile of potatoes for supper, huh?
They go again. This time it's Hanson. He's going to fight for a first down, be near it. It depends once again. Here's where the spot comes into play.
Indeed. Zambrano again on the tackle, but it was 6 yards down the field.
Well, they're going to say he's about a yard short, 3rd and 1. They're across midfield. You see it right in front of you there. They'll be right at the 50-yard line as they break the huddle just outside. Mauser, we haven't seen him throw. He's 3 for 4 in the first quarter. They go back. I don't think he got it. They went right back to Hanson. Same play.
It looked like
quick blast.
looked like Adam Fay on the tackle, and if he'd got there about a half step sooner, he might have got the handoff.
And Boo Birds perhaps coming out.
Yes, indeed.
Pleasant Valley wanted them to go for it. It's 4th and 1. They're going to have to punt them away at midfield.
That's a little bit early in the game to get stupid about it. That's balls at midfield.
Eric Clark is the kicker and the punter. He'll be back. Maybe they'll try to draw him offside, Si. We've seen Bettendorf jump on offense.
Yep.
Nope, nothing there. Ooh, a bobbled snap, but then nobody coming after it. He gets it off. Clark, a nice deep kick. Colvin's going to let it bounce and go out of bounds. No, it's going to stay in bounds just around the 15. So a nice play. Bettendorf was not going to jump off sides, but I'll tell you what, if they send people, they may get that
That's
one.
right. Yeah, the punt team of Pleasant Valley has a hard set there, and they went down, and there was a little bit of jump by the white shirts, but not near enough to draw the offside. So show some good discipline there by the Bettendorf defense.
Well, as I said, the offense jumped early, but the defense says we're not going to. 4:28 to go in the first half. It is 10-0 Bulldogs. They have the ball. Starting to deep in their own territory from about their own 15. You see two receivers to the near side, so tight and so much running room on the left. To Trent on the snap. He'll give to Colvin, second back.
Oh, look out.
A lot of room. He kind of jumped it outside, picked up a first down, plus 15-yard gain up around the 30.
It looked like he was brought down by number 45. That's Tom Duncan after the big gain, but I don't know if the tackle pulled on that, Dan. There was a lineman or somebody out in front of that to block it. But,
I think Numkina just came out from the fullback.
Oh, it was fullback spot.
And I think he kind of jumped it outside.
Yeah, my mistake.
Went
He
around
looks
him.
like a tackle.
1st and 10. 15-yard gain. Colvin putting up the numbers. 4 minutes remain. First half action. To Trent, two receivers right. This time it's Numkina. He's got a first down and more. On the left side, trying to turn the corner. He's got about a 20-yard pickup. Goes out of bounds.
There's what we talked about for the last couple of series now. There's number 11, Chris Anthony, the free safety, making a tackle about 5 yards down the field, and that's not what you want to happen.
21-yard gain across midfield to the 49. 1st and 10 again. So it's Colvin for 15, Numkina for 21. We saw this on the last drive.
I didn't see it, but I'd hazard a guess that was that little inside trap play again.
Last week, they've both gone over 100, as you know, and it's a good balance. 1st and 10. To Trent, to Colvin. This time he's met by your boy,
Guess
Shirts.
Shirts again.
I'll tell you what, if it's not Shirts stopping him up front, though, it's Anthony 15 yards downfield,
Yeah,
so they're going to need some help.
That's right.
Bring up 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8, they give him 2 yards on that one. 47-yard is the spot on the left hash. 3:30 to go in the first half. This Friday night affair being taped by Family Ties Productions and shown on Cox Communications. Kind of a staggered backfield again. Straight drop, zipped it out and caught. Knocked out of bounds, first down. The catch is Pat Franks.
Yeah, knocked out of bounds by number 86, Bill S. Fairman. Oh, now wait a minute. I'm wild in the program now. We got a Bill R and a Bill S.
Yep.
So.
You're thrown. 3:11, first down again. Ball on the 38. Well, you saw when the split backs came up, you knew something was different. It was just a straight drop and a throw out there to Franks. He's probably the favorite target. Franks comes wide with wide right of the two receiver right side. He's number 2. They're going to option right side. Numkina gets a little bit of a block. Colvin, though, met nicely.
He was
By Tommy
Tom
Duncan.
Duncan. Yep, Tom Duncan. And again, Tom Duncan took a little punishment there, but
Knocked
I'll
him
tell
down.
you what, defensively, Pleasant Valley had that covered pretty well. They had the quarterback covered, the pitch man's covered, and Duncan comes up and the running back just kind of ran over him and gained about 3 yards.
They score at 4-yard gain. They call it 2nd and 6. 2:40 to go. Bettendorf naturally would like to put in a score in the end zone here. Going to the half up about 17 zip. He looks to Franks again. Boy, what a cushion. To Trent just kind of underthrew him. Fairman was playing about 20 yards off the ball.
Big cushion there. He's not taking any chances. He's not going to get beat deep.
Detrent runs that little, or excuse me, Detrent throws that little out there. He's a little short, though, short hopped it. Franks, we saw him pick up the first down last time.
All right, what we got? Third and
6.
Okay.
From the 35 of Pleasant Valley, Bettendorf with the ball in the 10-0 lead. Detrent gets him down, looking to go back to Numkina or Colvin probably. 2 receivers left side. No, Detrent rolls out. He gets some blocking. Downfield, zips it up, but incomplete.
Good pass defense back there by Chris Anthony that time. He was all over it. Good play.
Brings up a 4th down. We talked about Shara's leg. We'll see what they do.
I'll tell you what, pretty good pressure there too by Gavin Inca. Gavin is a nose guard for Pleasant Valley. He had some pressure was putting some pressure on Detrent back there, and that'll help.
I guess with his number, I thought he was a linebacker. He's a nose guard. He's been in on some plays though.
60, you might be right. Kevin Moeller, 66, a nose guard.
Yep. I think Hank's behind him. We'll see how they line it up.
He's the tackle on the far side.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
He's made some sticks. Detrent, split receivers. Straight drop, the ball fake, a little screen set up poorly.
Dan, I think that was a busted play because
both Colvin and Numkina were over there.
There was some pull action to the left side there, and when Chad Burke got over there, he just kind of turned and said, "What is going on out there?" So something was wrong with that play.
Well, there was one PV defender out there, and he was pretty much shutting it all down. It was set up, I said set up, but set up kind of poorly.
Yeah, it did.
Good heat, though. Good pressure, I guess, up the middle.
Right.
1st and 10, they take over from the 35. 2:13 to go. Straight drop is Moeller. Excuse me, Mauser. I called him Moeller. He gets a 1st down. Anthony on the receiving end. No surprise there.
Yeah, I paid the price from Nunkina. Nailed him after he caught it. Oh, a little no huddle here.
Well, they can throw. Mauser in his first stint last week looked good. Took over. Anthony's at the wideout on the right side. Lone setback. Throw again.
Oh,
it's picked off in a lot of running room. Fairman's going to try to catch him.
Picked off by Chris Kinsler.
McEachran made the tackle eventually.
Yep.
But now PV's going to get another shot. Way underthrown and then big-time cover.
Yeah, it was. I wanted to get that stat in we got here, Dan. Mauser was 9 for 19 last week for 138 yards. So, yeah, he does have a good arm.
And INT that time, though. 1st and 10. Ball spotted on the 40. 1:50 to go. First half action, 10-0 is the lead. Bettendorf looking to add to it. So PV was looking to get back into it, but hurried too much. The hurry-up offense. 2 receivers right side, now lone setback. This time we have a 3-receiver set. And a new quarterback in for Bettendorf. Franks was overthrown, but this time it was Seth Holmes overthrowing him and not Sam Detrent.
Yeah, defended by Bill Fairman out there, and he had about a step. He probably had a step on Fairman. Ball a little bit overthrown, though, which helped.
Detrent, the senior, he's on the pine right now. Holmes, the junior, comes in. Second down and 10, 1:45 to go. Still 3 receiver set. Numkina.
Oh, there's a little diversity by Hobb. One back.
Actually, it's Colvin, the lone setback. The pass was to Numkina, who was lined up, and a nice play. Go ahead, Si.
Right, I'm sorry. Great play by Bill R. Fairman, deflecting that ball, because that looked like it was there.
You know, that's going to be nice. How many kids get their middle initial announced, weekly?
I'm wild by that. I don't need it. I just had my first name in there. But.
Cyrus. 1:39, incomplete pass, 3rd and 10. Yeah, I said it. Numkina, I assumed, was the lone setback at fullback, but it was Colvin there, and Numkina's lined up. He's lined up. You see him just a little bit split on out there to the left. He's actually in the flanker position. Now they're going to draw to Colvin. 3rd and 10. He's got running room. blasts his way for the first down and more. 15-yard pickup down to the 25-yard line.
Well, Chris Anthony paid the price for that tackle. It was kind of about a 5-yard tackle, you know what I mean?
Adam Fay showing why he could go to Northwestern. A smart kid. He ran right up to the ref, immediately called timeout before the quarterback even got there.
Yep.
So Bettendorf takes a
Smart
timeout.
ball.
Minute 31 to go. We'll have 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. 10-0 is the lead again.
Ed Morrissey out talking to the D now. The referee's probably going to get on Joe Ambrose a little bit. I think there's only supposed to be one player on, one coach on the field, but
He walked right by him.
I got away with it. I would have never got away with that.
Well, Hobb tried to go to the passing game and 0 for 3 said, heck with it, let's go back to the horses.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, the average yard per carry of Numkina and Colvin, I mean, they're getting 15 a crack.
Oh, they got it going right now. Two very fine running backs. Not outstanding speed, but boy, are they powerful.
But you know what wears you down?
Yeah,
like Numkina walked in with a 9-yard TD.
Yep.
They get to the first down marker, get hit, and the thing is, they don't even try to dodge anybody. They just learn to get 5 more, but just pound on you. So here it is, 1st and 10. The 25-yard line, Pleasant Valley territory. Franks and Daner come out wide right. We're back to the I backfield. Numkina in the fullback position. Seth Holmes still in that quarterback. Colvin at the tail. Little movement, zips it out. Nice block by Franks to free up Daner. He gets inside the 15.
Brought down by Wes Hansen there.
That one kind of surprised me.
Little quick screen, I believe they call that.
And they go right back to the line of scrimmage. Holmes gets him up there.
Clock shuts off while they set the down markers.
But now it's in action. Again. Under 120. 2 receivers right side. We're back to the lone setback, Colvin. Looking left side. Throwing for Franks. He's in the end zone, but just a little bit. It seems like the guys, when they were planting on that end zone route, are slipping a little bit, and that's just throwing the timing off that much.
A little greasy out there, evidently. That ball looked like it was pretty well thrown right on the money, but timing pattern looked like Pat Franks might not have been quite ready for it yet.
Tell you what, though, that DB makes a good early read on that.
He did.
You're looking at a 90-yard sprint or a 100-yard sprint, I should say, for the end zone. Minute 08 to go. 2nd and 10. It's on the 14-yard line. Numkina goes wide left again with Franks. Jason Barber is the receiver right side. Colvin in the backfield by himself. It's a quick pitch to Colvin on a little bit of an option. He'll blast near the goal line. He's probably around the 5. Now they're going to push it back. We'll see where they spot it.
I can't even tell you. It looked like the initial tackle might have been made by Luke Voss out there, but not until there was a pretty good gainer on it.
They're going to spot it at the 6. Brings up 1st and goal. No, it's shy of a 1st down and bring up 3rd and a couple. We're under a minute, and Bettendorf takes a timeout. So do we just blast it away if you're Merv, Si?
Well, get that 1st down. I don't know how many timeouts they got left. Maybe 1, or they might be out. I'm not sure. They got 1 timeout left. We've been informed, so
be like a good inside drill. From the ball, let's go,
let me just tell you what I'm thinking here. Give the ball to Numkina about 3 times and let him score.
And the thing is, even if he gets tackled, hop back up from the line.
Yep.
Just like you're firing at each other in an inside drill.
They got 2 downs to make a 1st down, and that's going to shut the clock off, let them get organized for that 3rd play.
I'll tell you what, those big guys, we said 280, 290, I'd say. I wouldn't even send the receivers out there to waste time getting set. Bring the old tight ends in there.
Yep.
Just blast away at them.
Wherever you get up, get set.
3rd and 2. It's on the 6. We're under a minute. We said 59 seconds. We got the split backs now. And they're throwing and batted down.
A little bit surprised by that call.
I am going to have to talk to Hobbinick about this one.
Yes, indeed. A little bit surprised about
that. Well, now we got 4th. Do you bring in Shara? No. Yeah, he is. There's the T. He has it in there. So he threw for the end zone, so to speak, and they're going to take the field goal. Well, last time they opted to go for it. This time they're going to try for 3. They're looking for a fake. Pleasant Valley. They line up there. You can tell they're not really coming after it. Shara will kick. And, oh!
Hit the post.
It goes in.
Must have. Oh,
Off the pipe. Goal!
very top of the post. How do you call that?
And it was a knuckleball because it knuckled in from the left post. Let's see the replay, Jess. Just kidding. He will. He'll edit it in there. You'll see it hit the left post and knuckleball in.
That goal post is still shaking down there.
13-0. As long as it's good, once again, in the scorebook.
Right. That's right.
Tomorrow in the Times, it looks like a nice little field goal, little chip shot. So the second
word will be
field goal.
around town in about 3 days about that kick.
Second field goal for Shara. That one a little bit closer. First one was a 31-yarder. That one, those 6-yard line, what it was about a 23-yarder.
Yeah, you wonder if Merv is second-guessing himself a little bit there, whether to take the 3 or get greedy on the 3rd and 2.
He'll probably
the
take the 3.
important thing is they got points on the board, yeah.
Yeah, and Ed Morrissey would have liked points on that one big drive he had. Remember, they came up empty. Anthony retrieves it again, about the 5. Right up the middle, back at you, gets it past the 20, tackled somewhere inside the 25-yard line. We'll see that hurry-up offense again. Mauser.
You got to watch Colvin go down the field in this kickoff team, Dan. He's something. He just rips.
They've always had a kid like that. Well, every team does. I guess you got a linebacker. I mean, he plays halfback. Right.
That's.
You know who doesn't get? I'll tell you the worst job, and I'll talk about it later. Is my job on return was to find the headhunter. That's no fun. There's the give. Quick back through.
Oh, look out.
Breaking it up and nice saving tackle by Shara.
Scott Shara saved the day there.
Cundert busted through. Much like myself, when Bettendorf defense thought they was throwing a quick dive back through.
Yep.
And Cundert's around midfield.
There again, the shrewdness of Ed Morrissey, I think. That's good. Great call.
30-yard pickup up around the 45-yard line. 34 seconds and counting. Mauser gets him up there. He'll look left side. Out in the flat is Fairman. Caught and down.
That's going to cost him some time. Oh, timeout called.
Quick timeout. Spotted around the 42. I'll tell you what, Anthony has dropped back from his split end position on the right side. Remember, he played quarterback last year. Maybe a double pass we can look for.
Yep, I think you're right.
We'll see what happens.
Set him out. See if they set him up a little bit.
21 seconds, 2nd and 7. That really doesn't matter. The ball's on the 42-yard line of the Bettendorf side of the 50. 21 seconds left, 13-0.
Well, they got time to get a couple of more plays off. At least.
They're out of timeouts, Pleasant Valley.
Right.
Tell you, we had the PV camera guy helping us out. Now the Bettendorf guy.
All around.
Jess, you're getting smoked.
Jess,
our own camera
tonight.
guy. He's looking for the Coke. He's looking for a free Coke, some cookies or something. Him and Coach Fox are down there looking for the freebies.
I think he's silently trying to tell us to earn our money. I don't know.
2nd and 6. What money? Ball on the 42.
What a shot.
Anthony wide right. Mauser, pump fakes, going deep. Fairman turns it upfield, out of bounds. We've got 15 on the clock.
Yeah, Fairman turned to the inside. If he turned to the outside, he probably would have caught that ball. It's hard to say, but
just an old-fashioned chair route.
Right.
A quick move to the flat and turns it up the sidelines. And Anthony sets it up by curling back towards the middle and clearing out.
Mauser did a great job keeping that ball from getting intercepted, but throwing it on the sideline.
Well, 3rd and 6. You'll see him go for the end zone or go for a deep route 2 more times anyway. Good block. Lead block, Anthony outside, catches it. Did he get out of bounds?
No, he didn't.
Oh, 8 seconds.
It's going to be a first down, though, so they got time to set up here.
8 seconds. You'll see him throw again. Knowing Morrissey, they already know which play's coming. They should all be on the same page. He makes a call quickly. Mauser, you see, receives it. 30 yards to the end zone. 6 seconds. One more play. 5. Lofted it. 1-on-1. Anthony got deep.
He's open.
Holy cow.
Oh, my goodness.
Holy cow.
Beautiful play.
I don't want to pick on anybody, but John Bloom is going to get an earful in the locker room.
He's going to get both ears full, Dan.
How do you let him get behind you? I know he's the corner and he's going to have some safety help, but still.
Yeah.
I kind of
got there. He was all alone out there.
I kind of joked when PV was on defense when Franks ran a little out route. I was joking about Fairman giving him about 35 yards, but that's what should have been happening there as
That's
well.
right.
Holy cow, we said last year they were down. Is it going to be a repeat? Clark will try to kick it through to make it 13-7.
Beautifully thrown
How's
ball.
that?
I tell you, a great catch down there. That was pretty.
And you know who he's going to. It's Anthony. He's wide right. He's going right down the sidelines.
That's right.
I'm playing in the parking lot. I go right up on the end zone.
Oh, deep goalie.
The kick. Ooh, he kicks a line drive out there. It's good.
Yep.
I'm just taking the ref's word for it. They're underneath
and
there.
almost blocked that. He's all over the place.
We have a ball game.
Yes, we do.
It only takes one play. Big play. 30 yards. Mauser to Anthony. 13-7. Bettendorf leads. We'll be back with the second half.
It's the first time I think I've been playing. It's just on the start. We lost 4. I would have first one showed out. It was cold. And it started explaining to him. I would have walked off that scene. If you would have showed up, I would say, take my spot.
selection, Johnny Mambo, and a soloist, David Frogley on the trumpet. season opens with an unmistakable theme that will keep you rocking. Enjoy solos David Broadley on the trumpet in this Pleasant Valley rendition of the Blood, Sweat, and Tears song, Bettendorf.
Lost no Assumption plays at Muscatine tonight.
We get set for the second half. Bettendorf leaving 13-7 on Cox Communications Channel 38, Family Ties Productions, and it could have been a lot worse for Pleasant Valley, but they hold Bettendorf on some questionable play calling down there late, and then they put together a couple big drives, a big hit, most of the rushing yard coming on one run by Kundert. He had about 50-60 yards at the half to lead the way, but most of it on about a 30-yard sprint past midfield, and then the closing play, 6 seconds left, Mauser lost it up 30 yards out to Anthony, who gets behind Bloom, and we've got a 13-7 ball game. Cy Robinson once again along with Dan Burrich, and as you look at the halftime stats, pretty even, but as you expect, Bettendorf controlling the ground game, Colvin 88 yards, Numkina 62 yards, are averaging about 8 yards a carry, each of them 7 yards a carry. And on the other side of the ball, Mauser 7 of 10, a touchdown. He did have one INT, but he's approaching 100 yards passing.
Right.
On the other hand, Bettendorf's only got 19 yards passing, and you got to wonder why Freeman or Merv, whoever called that play, why all of a sudden they bring in the backup quarterback, start throwing the ball.
Yep, that's evidently they got a lot of confidence in his arm, but it's always easy to second guess him. But again, I agree with you all the way on that.
We'll go.
The ball blew off the tee out there. I didn't know the wind was up.
Tell you, Cy, at every halftime, you, of course, go up here with Jess and Fox and Little and the radio guys and look for free stuff. I go down low and take care of business, and I hear all the great conversations. And the talk of conversation and the gentlemen taking care of their duties down low was about to getting beat deep on the last play, which was a surprise, and also about Bettendorf abandoning the running game. The return, Pleasant Valley up past the 20 near the 30. On the return was Hansen, Timmy Hansen.
Brought down by number 49, Ryan Flynn, on a pretty vicious hit out there. They got some people who really come down on their kickoff team.
So 1st and 10 from their own 28. Pleasant Valley comes out. They trail by a touchdown. 13-7, actually trail by 6. 2 field goals. Give Shara credit. He had 2 field goals to go along with a Nate Numkina 9-yard touchdown run. Of course, as we mentioned, it was Mauser and Anthony from 30 yards out right before the half to make it 7 points for PV. They go back. It's a second back through. It's Hansen. Not Timmy, but the other Hansen this time around.
Yeah,
Kevin gets the ball.
Brought down by safety Brian Cox, and we looked at Anthony making tackles at the free safety spot for Pleasant Valley. Now we're seeing the same thing happen with Bettendorf here. Just one play, but still, good gainer.
Nice gain. You got a ton of Hansons. Timmy Hansen, the return man. Tim Hansen, number 1. You got Kevin Hansen, a ball carrier. Wes Hansen makes some plays on D. A ton of Hansons.
Keep all that straight, will you?
And the Fairmans as well. Oh, another nice old Kundert, first down. Just past the 10-yard marker. They're at past midfield as well. They'll spot it right there. Move the chains.
Another tackle by the strong safety that time, I think, Chris Kinsler.
Well,
but a 10-yard gain, though, again.
Saw you hear about one play turning the game around, momentum. Well, that touchdown before the half definitely fired up Pleasant Valley.
No question about it.
Fairman, flanker position right side. Cunder at fullback with Hanson. They give the Hanson on a little counter. He slips, no gain. As you said, oops.
Yep. Yeah, and not only, and the really bad news was after he slipped, Zambrano fell on top of him.
And that could be the damage. 2nd and 10. I'll give him a yard, so we'll call it 2nd and 9. Not much of a yard. Ball spotted just around midfield. A 49-yard line of Bettendorf. Same formation. Mauser with the ball fake, looking to the left side, into flat.
Oh.
And it's a flag. They're going to call it defensive interference. The intended target was Hanson coming out of the backfield from that left halfback
that's
position.
Bloom coming up from his corner spot. Looked like pretty good defensive play, but he's going to get called for pass interference, I believe. Yes,
and
indeed.
that's what it is. So that'll bring up another first down. So nice drive, 3 first downs here for Pleasant Valley. And as you know, they started the first half with a fumble on their first turn on offense, for very first play, in fact. So much better start out of the gate for the offense of the Spartans this time around.
Settled down, hanging on to the football, moving it down the field.
Don't forget about Anthony, number 11, wide right here. They'll try to establish it and doing a better job this time. They're not establishing, they're getting it done with Kundert and Hanson. Now the straight drop. Ooh, coming in, that's your man, Colvin.
That's Colvin. He's all over the place.
Well, if that's how he looks coming down on kickoffs, you were telling me.
I'll tell you what, only he's going faster because he gets a running start. Great play by Rob Colvin, one of the linebackers from Bettendorf.
Also their leading rusher, the leading rusher in the game at the half. 2nd and 20, 10-yard loss. Good call from the defense. Come after me. Had to make something happen.
Yep, and they did.
So 2nd and 20 from the 45. Kundert with another nice pickup, a couple of yards. We'll give him about 5, but still 3rd and long.
Looked like a whole bunch of white shirts on the tackle. I couldn't necessarily pick one out to mention, but setting the defensive ends for Merv Hobnick's Bettendorf Bulldogs. Number 39, Eric Jessen, is the weak side, strong side defensive end, excuse me, and looks like number 89, Chris Loader at the other side.
Oh, a little reverse action, counter action. A little bit of a hole for Fairman. He gets past the original line of scrimmage. Double handoff. Muller handed, I call him Muller again, excuse me, Mauser. I got Muller in my head. Got Muller's in my head, I guess.
Tackled by 86, Chris Hendricks was the defensive end over here that time.
Kicking situation, we're going to get a timeout, equipment timeout. 86 from Bettendorf will trot off. He's the man.
Yeah, Chris Hendricks just made that tackle, and a good thing he did.
That's for the punting team. 4th and 9. Back to receive. Deep in his own end zone is Kinsler. It's a fake. He lofts up. Oh. No flag. Pleasant Valley wants a flag. The southpaw, Eric Clark, lofted it up over the middle. The intended receiver was Bo Perkins.
Yeah, it looked like Chris Kinsler was back to receive that pin. I think he made the play out there. Little shades of the bear action a couple weeks ago, huh?
Yeah.
Didn't quite work as good.
Yeah, got it done on Monday night at Soldier Field, but not that time. No Sauerbraun. Eric Clark with that southpaw delivery. Split backs, 2 receivers right for Bettendorf. Colvin and Numkina, the backs again, the big backfield. It's a quick dive. Colvin still on his feet. Or excuse me, that time Numkina. A couple of yards.
Plowing his way up. Bottom of the pile for the blue shirts is Schurz again. He's limping a little bit, but Ed Morrissey, tough troops out there. They suck it up and go.
2nd and 6 from the 38. Just underway, about 3.5 minutes gone by. First time Bettendorf's offense has the ball this half. Now they go back to the eye. Numkina and Colvin. DeTrent is back in at quarterback. He gives
Good job.
to Colvin, and a good stuff. As you said, they actually may have lost a yard. I see 66.
Looked like
That's
Bill R.
Muller.
Furman.
I wanted to say Muller, so 66. Kevin
Okay,
Muller.
there you go.
Up off the bottom of the pile. He was
Right.
in on it. That's where I'll apologize to Mauser.
No problem. Bill R. Fairman made the first contact.
Well, you know, nose guards, quarterbacks, you get them mixed up all the time. They're about as different as you can get on a football team. I'm not going to get away with that one.
All right. Now, we won't bring that up until
3rd and 5.
for a while anyway.
Two receivers near side. DeTrent under center. Takes the snap. They're going to option the right side.
Oh.
Beautiful play. Nicely done.
Yeah, Matt Taney came in from his linebacker spot, and I'll tell you what, we're going to run an option there, and Bettendorf, DeTrent has the ball in the air as Bettendorf running their option, and he almost handed it off to Taney.
Yeah.
Great play.
That's a way to take it all on. He took pitch back and quarterback.
He did.
4th and 9.
And not only that, he gets to go back and receive this punt.
Taney back there with Anthony. DeTrent will punt.
Whoops.
And it's going to bounce in front of the Bettendorf bench, out of bounds. So not a great punt for the Bulldogs, but a good opportunity for Pleasant Valley. And hey, you and I both saw a good one last night. This is a Friday night game being taped on Cox 38. You had the Thursday game. I did it on radio. You did it with Jim Meenan here on Cox 38, Family Ties Productions. It was a 14-13 overtime. Clinton over West, a thriller, and hopefully we get the same type of outing here.
The way it's going right now, we could very well do that.
Did you tell me to tell you?
On a little counter move. And I'll tell you, Hanson's starting to open it up.
He really is. Some great holes by the offensive line out there. Brought down by Brian Cox.
Well, Kaburski's the right side tackle. He's crashing down on that. Will get you the guard pulling from the other side. I know Abel's in there. Rolofson's been coming out.
Yeah, but you've been around me long enough to know. That's what I'm going to give you.
The center is Abel coming out. Kaburski on this side, 74, the big right tackle. There they go, straight dive. Not much there that time.
Yep, that's your setup play. We'll see what happens now. Like Zambrano in there on the tackle. Also Numkina, one of the linebackers.
It's a yard or two pickup, brings up 2nd down. Nearing the 45-yard line. Straight at you again, it's Hanson. That play is working. First down plus some.
Nice
68 Rolofson is the guy making the block to free him. Of course, the double team. It's all everybody's making the block.
Right.
Let's face it. And even
that's a good play right there, Dan. The little crossbuck play. You know, they're running the quick hitter in there with the up back, and then they run the crossbuck. They give to the other back coming to the opposite side, and it's working.
And it is the fullback. Cunder comes through and fills for Rolofson, who's pulling, and that's the setup play.
That's right.
You can't go away from it.
Yep.
There it is.
Ooh,
So now, even though Cunder didn't get much, that's what they're keying on, and that's when you go the other way. That's where you free it up.
Numkina firing, and he wasn't touched, and made a great play in there. Of course, you probably made a couple great plays when you weren't blocked, though, right?
Well, I don't know. That's when I'd stop and think, son.
Why didn't they block me?
We usually get trapped. 2nd and 12. They lost a couple.
Shoot.
Anthony wide right. There it is. Counter the other way. Hanson. Once again, it's 78. Shirt's doing a job on the left side as well. They go back the other way. Rolofson's involved.
The cornerback Bloom on the tackle, coming from his weak corner spot, I believe. He's on the weak side of the formation.
Taney comes in. Also, Creighton Duncan doing a job of blocking it too. I see him cutting up off the piles, 88. Abel goes in the center position. Mauser underneath. Full set backfield. They go with Hanson again. They can't stop it.
Same play.
Oh, I think he was stopped just before the first down, though. I'll tell you what, Hanson's picking up some yardage this half.
Right, Numkina out there on the tackle. Eric Jessen, a defensive end, on the tackle. Good play. Very important down here. Long yard or two, it looks like now, huh?
Well,
see what we do here.
Snakenberg and Fairman run in. Anthony runs off the field. That's kind of a surprise. 4th and 2. They go to a tight set. That's why. That's why you saw Snakenberg come in. Look at it. Full house backfield, tight on the line. They blast away. Hanson on the counter. Got it.
Hard running.
Dance with the girl you bought there.
Little wishbone play there, Dan. They had dove a couple people to the right side, and they gave it to, what's it, Hanson? Coming back to the opposite side. That's a tough offense. You got all those people coming at you. You don't know who's got the football.
Yeah, I say dance with the girl that you bought, but of course you guys from the hick colleges like Parsons would say dance with the girl that brung you. I think that's your saying, Si.
Go Parsons.
1st and 10, 25-yard line. Straight drop. Mauser left it. Anthony again. Will he get behind him? He pushed off. He caught the ball. One referee signals touchdown. There's a flag. I think Anthony pushed off. Let's wait.
I don't think they're going to get that call.
There's a napkin.
I think they're going to call defensive pass interference, and it looked like offensive pass interference to me.
But hey, Michael Irvin got away with that for years, and may have gotten away with a lot more. But we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, no.
But you get, hey, they'll give the receivers a little leeway.
That's right.
Great catch nonetheless. And you know what? Even if it is a push-up, that's a good receiver learns how to do that.
That's right.
Anthony's 6'4". He really goes for the ball. He did it last week against North Scott. Some parents were telling me did it right before the half. They throw it behind him. He gets deep, and now he goes to the ball.
Right. And guess what?
We have a lead.
Guess what? There's a new leader in the clubhouse, just like the Quad City Open.
14-13. Mauser to Anthony. Take 2. 3:23 to go in the third. And if you see the press box begin to rattle and shake, it's because the Pleasant Valley crowd in front of us is into it.
And there's not a fan. There's a bunch of fans here, and there's not one of them sitting down.
I'll tell you, that was much better defensive back coverage by Bettendorf that time.
It was.
But hey, give Anthony credit.
He just threw it up and let the big guy catch it. That's
Were
all.
they going to call it defensive back interference, defensive interference? Right?
Yeah,
there was a flag.
That's what they called.
Well, one thing Pleasant Valley has to remember, though, they got to stay in their lanes. They got to crack down on this running game, because I'm sure Bulldogs right now, when they get in that huddle, they're going to say, let's just drive it at them.
Yep, let's just pound some butt.
And they were doing it. Clark will kick. Puts it deep. Oh, head to the end zone.
Mackerel.
What a kick. It bounces. Look at that.
Touchback.
Oh, it got in. I thought it was going to sit about the 1.
It landed right on the goal line.
I was going to say they better get on it. So here from the 20, Bettendorf has it. I would expect to see Colvin, Numkina,
Yeah.
How about
or the other way around.
Yeah, he may mix it up a little bit. We'll see. Detroit quarterback trots in with the play. 1st and 10 from the 20. Ball spotted there after it hit the end zone. Frank's wide left. PV giving him a lot deep. Well, I'll tell you what, Pleasant Valley knew that was coming too.
Yep.
See, I said Colvin Numkina, not Numkina Colvin. That was the problem.
Yeah, you had it backwards. Great defense there by Kevin Moeller, the nose guard, number 66, and big guess who?
Shirts, perhaps?
Shirts, yes, you're right.
Surely
again.
it's Shirts.
What a mind.
2nd and 10 from the 20, no gain. 14-13, Pleasant Valley on top. Mauser to Anthony, that's been the ticket. We're under 3 minutes to go, third quarter action. Bettendorf had a 13-0 lead. Pitch to Colvin. Now they're pitching the ball. And not much there.
Yeah, nothing doing. Great defensive pursuit by the left side of Pleasant Valley defense. They made a play out there.
Isn't it amazing, and especially I think on the high school level side, how much emotion plays in the game.
It really does. It just at this level, it means everything, I think.
I mean, you watch a whole series early in the first half, and you say, "Oh, Bettendorf for that size and those big backs pounding, this could get ugly." And a couple plays, and look at that.
That's right.
All of a sudden, the Spartans are flying to the ball on defense. They're stuffing it.
They are fired up.
3rd and 6 from their own 24. To Trent to throw. Open
He's
man.
open.
Franks. First down.
Yep. Defended by number 86, Bill S. Fairman. But the ball was caught and down on the floor before Fairman got there. So
a nice pickup out to the 35. Trent does a good job. He shades of the old Unitas and stuff. He comes out with that ball in
right
the
up
air,
in the
right by
ear.
his
Yep.
ear.
yes, indeed.
Now ball on the near side. Double receiver right side. Franks is out far right. To Trent. Quick pitch. Colvin caught it, tried to cut it back
good
in.
play.
Good job of turning it back in.
Yep.
Luke Voss was out there, and so was the man on the tackle.
And Bill R. Fairman, emphasis on the R here. I'll tell you what, they had a quarterback
Which one's
covered, they had a
24?
pitchman covered.
Which one's 24? Which one's 86?
Yeah,
The
Bill
Fairmans.
R is 24.
Okay, so 24 was on it.
Okay.
86 is the guy playing deep as a
That's
DB.
right.
Okay.
That's right. You got it.
It's easy to just say 24-86 for me. Forget those middle initials. I'm confused.
Well, at least they're on opposite sides of the field in their defensive
there you go. Just
setup.
1 minute and counting in the third quarter. 14-13. Pleasant Valley. Timeout to Trent. So obviously the Pleasant Valley Spartans have them shook up a little bit.
No, that's right. They're I don't know if DeTrent thought they were running a little short of time there, I think.
Not 35.
Bit of this quarter's flown by.
Well, you look at the first week win for Pleasant Valley, 1-0. They beat North Scott 12-7, and then the paper, Morrissey and some of the coaches said they weren't real happy with it. But hey, you take a win away from North Scott, and North Scott early last year looked as good as anybody running the ball.
That's right.
You know, they got a real nice running game. Schrader, Randy does a great job out there. So maybe that that was a nice early 12-7 win that they're going to look back on. And
I think they're going to. That's going to be big in their plan. North Scott has 30 seniors returning this year, and that's a lot of seniors.
Same token, Bettendorf beats Burlington, and you look, man, Bettendorf's ranked. They only won by 1.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, skill people, one-on-one skill people, there aren't anybody in the conference, aren't many people, or maybe nobody who's got better skill people than L.C. Lewis, Ephraim Twilley, and the quarterback down at Burlington. They get it going.
They really do, and I'll tell you what, Burlington year in and year out, they have big kids playing in the line for them, just like Bettendorf, just like PV.
And Bettendorf and PV had close ones last week, and a close one again. To Trent, drops back, ball fake to Colvin, they fake the draw. Over the middle, picked off! Anthony! 6'4". I'm going to keep emphasizing that.
Yes, indeed. He got to loft the ball in there a little bit. Great job by Chris Anthony. It looked like it was there. He just floated over in front of it and made the pick. First down, PV.
Well, 1 interception, 2 touchdowns. The guy's catching everything.
Yes.
He'll probably have a cold afterwards. 14-13. PV with the ball, spotted on Bettendorf's 45-yard line, 1st and 10. 45 seconds remain in the third. A quick pitch to Bill Fairman. One of them, 24. As I said, forget the middle initials. I'll just give you the number.
Yep.
Picks up about 4.
Brian Cox on the tackle coming up from his safety spot. Made initial hit, but 4-yard gain.
And you can hear that
Ed
Pleasant
Morrissey
Valley
like to
crowd.
have a little ball control right here. Just eat up some clock, go down the field.
Well, it's kind of nice, they went to that counter play with Hanson so many times. Here they come out with a little quick toss, and it was a, student body left, quarterback out in front of everybody.
It was.
Mauser, there's a quick dive. Not much, maybe a yard. They'll bring up 3rd and 5 as we come to the end of the third quarter. The score again, Pleasant Valley 14, Bettendorf 13. We'll be back with the fourth quarter on Cox Communications, Channel 38. 12-7 was the score of PV's win last week. We told you Bettendorf beat Burlington just by a point. The other night we saw Clinton go to 2-0 with an overtime win. The MAC is close this year, my friend. There's about 5 teams jumbled at the top, including these two. Mauser on the flat. Fairman, a diving attempt, no catch.
Yeah, good defense by Brian Cox, right on him. Great job of Mauser leading that ball out there. Kept it out of pick range.
Well, it is 4th and 5 from the 40-yard line. So Pleasant Valley will kick it away. Clark comes out, although maybe not. We saw him wing it last time.
That's true. I would think they want to kick this ball deep and get Bettendorf in bad field position here.
So Clark, the kicker, back. He's a lefty. Nice snap, no rush. Right-handed kicker.
He boomed that sucker.
In the end zone. Yeah. Colvin lets it go. So Bettendorf takes over from the 20. They trail by 1 after having a 13-0 lead with just 6 seconds before the half. PV got on the board. They added another touchdown, and they're up by a point.
Eric Clark a little mad at himself there. I think he wanted to hit that toward the corner and not kick it in the end zone, but he kicks it so far, he just boomed it.
Here come the Bulldogs. A whole quarter to play with. 2 receivers split each side. Straight eye to Trent. Colvin. Oh, blasted. And boy, what a difference a quarter or two makes.
It really does.
Early on, these guys were getting 15 a crack.
Nice play there by number 52, Gavin Inc., one of the defensive tackles.
He's been there. We said you could tell just first couple of plays, you can tell he's one of their stickers. And he showed it there again. He just comes up flying.
He wrapped and drove through it. I think that's what you do in those tackling drills. I was an offensive guard. I don't know much about that.
You were holding.
No. Offensive linemen don't hold. They don't hold. They never hold.
2nd and 10 from the 20, their own 20. Hank hit him so hard his shoulder pad came loose. He's getting it adjusted. Muller and Hank man the middle. They get it done, of course, with your man's shirts to the right side. A little draw, a little delay left side. Colvin with the room. Picks up about 5.
Yeah, Schertz made the tackle there, but he had a lead post on him at the line of scrimmage. Then the blocking back hit him after he shed the lead post, and then he made the tackle. Pretty good job.
That's taking up some people.
Yes, indeed.
And that's a great point, too. A lot of times, like Reggie White for Green Bay, for an example, he may not make lead a team of tackles, but he takes on 3 blockers and lets somebody else lead the lead of tackles.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do. And you have to realize, too, what's happening to you.
Split backs, 2 receivers right side, the near side. On the left hash, they give back to Numkina. Stutter steps a little bit, nothing. Got 2 yards, but not enough for that first down. Brings up 4th and 2 inside their own 30.
Looked like initially out there on the tackle was Anthony, I think. Number 11, Taney, was also over there.
I said 4th and 2. It's more like 4th and 1. Trent will come out. Shara is in. Anthony is back with Taney to return for Pleasant Valley.
And we'll see if Bettendorf has got a hard set here.
From his own 15, Numkina the up back to block. Shara gets it away. It's a wobbly, pretty high kick. It'll bounce, and they'll let it bounce. Everybody gets away. Get away a lot quicker than that, my friend. That was Luke Voss casually walking around. Man, you act like that's a hand grenade in that situation.
That's right. Run away from that ball.
So taking over 1st and 10 from their own 35 is Pleasant Valley with the 1-point lead. 9:43 to go in the 4th quarter. A nice game for Mauser, the junior quarterback. He's hooked up with Anthony, but he's had a good overall game, period.
True.
They've gone with Hanson. That play is really working. And I mentioned when we were talking about the offensive line, you had the throw in Creighton Duncan. And it's got to the point now that's shifted all the way where Duncan, it's just a huge wall block on that left side, and he's actually taking it outside the defensive end.
Everybody's just blocking down. Eric Jessen there to help make the tackle after the 5-yard gain, and looked like maybe number 42, right linebacker is Terry Walters, I believe. Yeah.
That was a great job. You can see coming right at you into the short side, right into the camera. You can just see the blue shirts pushing the white ones down. There's that dive fullback. Nothing there on 2nd and 5. They may have lost a yard.
Middle of the line, Zambrano. Fay, number 67. Chad Burke in at defensive tackle now.
Fairman brings in the play. Gets it to Mauser. 3rd and 5. They called it an even spot from the 41. Mauser looking on the slant. He's got Fairman first down, and he's breaking for the end zone. Wrapped up and down. What a great dive fake.
Beautiful play.
Mauser rose up. He hesitated a bit. Smart move. He didn't want to zip it in there and get it batted down. On his toes, he zipped it to Fairman, and we said early, his first 2 completions were on that slant.
That's right. That's right.
And once again, they ran it, and credit the fullback. They ran it to Kundert. He only got a yard, but then the second time you come back to him again, that sets up that play. 1st and 10 from the 20. It's Kundert. This time he's got some room.
Holy cow, off tackle. Boy, they are really rooting them out there, Pleasant Valley offensive line.
And the Pleasant Valley stands in front of us loud. The sidelines are up, clapping, people jumping out, people running in plays. They're getting out of the huddle, they're getting off the ball. Bettendorf, on the other hand, much flatter.
I'll tell you, go back to that play a minute ago again. Just that discipline and running a good fake, and that's what makes the play go.
2nd and 2 from the 11. Give to Hanson on that little counter. He wrestled his way. There were about 7 Bulldogs over there, but he was near the first down. I think he got it.
Tackled by a bunch of white shirts over there. Adam Fay.
It is first down. It'll be 1st and goal with about an inch or 2 inside that 10-yard line.
Well, the Bettendorf defense is back in that 6 front now. We'll see if they can get them stopped here.
You know, it's funny. I told somebody I was coming out to do this game tonight, and they said, quote unquote, oh, that'll be a blowout. Bettendorf will kill them. I reminded them Pleasant Valley beat them last year.
Yes.
And I got my typical response. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And that's why in the pregame we talked about the rivalry, man.
Yep.
There's just certain schools, and you may see it, this is filmed on Friday, or taped, I should say, on Friday. You know, Iowa State thing, there's just certain schools that you never know. They always seem to be headaches.
They can jump up. Yep. What do we got here? A little.
They spotted that ball.
Okay, they started the clock now, so we're ready for some action.
The clock says 1st and goal from the 11. That's mathematically impossible. Just inside the 10. There they go. Oh, looking to get outside. Kundert is blasted inside. He got inside the 5. Kundert said the heck with running that dive inside. I see some running room.
There was
daylight.
nothing out there, and John Bloom saved the day, the cornerback out there, and made a tackle on about the 4.
And good call, because Bloom, you know, was beaten on that right before the half. This time he saved a touchdown.
Yep,
good job. Way to bounce back.
Good job recovering to make that tackle, I think.
2nd and goal. Ball
like
inside the 5 now, just around the 4-yard line on the left hash. Here comes Mauser and the Spartans. Full backfield now this time around. Anthony is wide right. They go to Hanson. He's been running.
He's going to get in.
And he got in.
Going to get in.
He got in. Bloom met him. He just followed his blocks. Once again, that whole left side just came down.
Everybody blocks down, and he just walks to the outside until he finds the opening, doesn't he?
And I said that earlier in the game. I said, you know, he knew he just had to get a first down that same type of play. He didn't panic. He knew he wasn't getting, he had to run through a few arm tackles. And if you notice, he knows he's not going to get a 50-yard touchdown around an 80-yard. He's just going to get 4 here, 7 there. Fight for a couple.
He's just satisfied to maintain the football. That's
Clark will kick. It's 20-13. Big kick here. And it is 21-13. He hits it. Big kick there because it puts it an 8-point lead.
Yes.
6:36 to go, though. A ton of time for the Bulldogs. Well, this is where you see why Bettendorf will bounce back. We'll see why they're ranked. They got the big guys up front. You know the coaches, Merv Homenek included. Freeman, we mentioned him earlier. You know they're getting them fired up.
See Mike Duncan down there in the huddle with the kickoff team, and he's fired up. I think he'd like to put a uniform on down there.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen Mike not fired up.
Well, you got a point there.
In a good way. I mean, he's
That's
one of
right.
the, you know, he
Yep.
shakes your hand and fires you up.
He does.
21-13. Pleasant Valley has the lead. Remember, they trailed 13-0, and as our Pleasant Valley film crew told us, they trailed last year. He shot it out. Clark to kick. Straight away. Bounces around the 5, the 10. Bobbled by the Bulldogs. Up past the 20, though. Good recovery by Daner.
Yep. Good solid tackle by number 24, Bill R. Fairman.
Looking over cameras. That one.
I wonder if they got any other, no, never mind.
What, gadget plays? Or
I was thinking of how many
Fairmans
Bill
and
R.
Hansons?
Fairmans there are in Pleasant Valley, Iowa.
I'll tell you what, Cyrus, you're going to look that up after the game. We've got 6.5 minutes to go. An 8-point lead for the Spartans. Bulldogs have the ball from their own 23. Numkina at full. Trent's back in there. Quarterback to receiver side. Left the option to Colvin. Got a little bit of a blocking out there, but stretched out. Nicely done.
Very
Anthony
nicely done.
came up.
Yep. Number 52, Gavin Inc. from his right defensive tackle spot, put some pressure on, along with the cornerback over there. And I got to get a number, though. I saw him come up, missed his number. It might be Bill S. Fairman.
I think it was Fairman.
Yeah, I think
over
it
there.
was. Yep.
That's what I thought, but I didn't want to get you going again on
well.
the Fairman thing. Under 6 minutes. They give him a yard. 2nd and 9. Ball on the 24. Split receivers. Trent looking to throw.
Could be a pick.
No, nothing. No flags.
Well, we got a few boos in the fans
It
here.
was thrown for Daner. And Wes Hansen was there.
On the,
You know what?
on
You
the
can tell
coverage.
how Hansen didn't care. He got up and high-fived his
Yep.
teammate. He was happy. They didn't complete it. He was happy. He did his
Right.
job, knocked it down.
I'll tell you, the fans are booing, but the rules say that both
live
receiver
ball.
and defender have the right to catch
go.
the football.
And,
so.
and we credited, there was a play earlier, same thing. Give Daner credit. When you're the receiver, most of these guys play both ways, receiver, DB, or somewhere along the line. They know they got to go up, and one of them turns into the receiver, one the DB, no matter what your offense or defense. Hansen's on Daner again. They're looking this way. They go back, throwback. He skipped it.
Yep. There's a drag away from flow right there. Bettendorf's famous for that play.
I was going to say, and I like that call.
Yeah, that's a great call.
Good
I
call,
think.
just a little bit short.
Yep.
4th and 9. 5.5 to go. They'll kick it away, I'm sure. Try to pin Pleasant Valley back, stuff them, and get a little bit better field position.
There's still a lot of time for Bettendorf to force a mistake or PV to make their own mistake.
Shara to kick, number 11 for the Bulldogs. To punt, I should say more specifically. Fields it, gets it away. High kick. Ooh, get away from it. And that was Voss, the guy I talked about earlier. And Taney and Hansen were yelling at him.
Yep. Well, he's looking for somebody to block, and he's got to find out where the ball is before he does that.
So Pleasant Valley has an 8-point lead. They have the ball and 5 minutes, 20 seconds to tick away. Two years in a row. Can it happen again? We'll find out. Well, go back with that same play. This time it wasn't Hansen. There's a flag. Is that a face mask?
Oh, no. They're going to get a hold there, I think, on number 14.
Hansen.
Yeah.
I think Hansen was so upset that Kundert actually ran the trap. Hansen said, hey, that's my plan. I'm taking the yardage away from it.
And it
Just
was a
kidding.
good block, too, but a hand came up late. I saw it come up on his shoulder, and the refs are going to call that.
Good eyes, Si. Way to pick that up. 21-13 to score again. Pleasant Valley losing, though. Not a good initial play to start it off with. March it back. Second. Or they call that back 1st and 20 then. Excuse me. From their own 30. We're under 5 minutes, though, so the clock keeps moving if you want to look at one advantage. Mauser, the give. Hansen's blasted another flag. 3 flags, 4 flags. Every flag came out in that one.
Yeah, kind of one right after another. It wasn't a synchro flag, but it was
Face mask.
Yeah.
Well,
it almost had to be. They came in so late.
Right. And you know, that's a call where you're really looking for, you know, kid not to get injured. So the referees are quick to throw that one.
I'll tell you, Bettendorf had the right defense call there too. They had both linebackers firing through what we call a gap. That's either gap either side of the center, and they were right there. But
well, it ends up being about a 5-yard pickup eventually. You lost 10 on the holds. You gained about 5 on or 15 on the face mask.
But you gain it down. That's important.
Yeah. Oh, very good point.
Yep.
So 1st and 4 from their own 45. Not a apropos time there for the penalty. I guess it never is. Kundert, first down.
Boy, they just keep running that play, and Bettendorf hasn't shut it off for a long time.
And you talked about it earlier, Si, the discipline. Kundert just like Hansen. Just leaning forward, pushing guys, pumping his legs. They're not real big kids, and they're not busting anything long, but they're moving the chains. They're chewing up the clock. And they know Anthony's going to make the big plays, I guess. Their job, seriously, their job is to keep it going, establish the little things. At midfield, 1st and 10, we're nearing the 4-minute mark. Kundert again. Way to drive, and he gets the first down.
Unbelievable.
Just driving forward, and this is where the momentum, the energy takes over.
Right. Brought down by, looked like number 42, Terry Walters again.
Well, this is
tell you, he just kind of goes under people. It looks like he's going under the big people. And
well, this is where I'd expect. We saw Bettendorf do it earlier on one of Pleasant Valley's first drives. They send Coleman and Nukina with a big blitz, and you try to stuff there in the backfield. Put that dude. You got to be aggressive. You have to be all offensive on defense, if you will. We'll see. 2nd and 1. Hansen on that little counter. He was met, but not before he picked up the first down. Only needed about a yard.
Met a safety blitz on there. I think Brian Cox met him at about the line of scrimmage, but he was able to pick up that first down.
Well, this is the big set of downs here.
It really is.
It's 3:17 and counting. The clock is going, 1st and 10. Pleasant Valley up by 8. Bettendorf not only has to get the ball back, they have to go bound, score, and then go for 2 to
go
tie.
For 2, right.
So no easy task. I mean, even the defense has a challenge right now, but the offense also has one coming if they get it back. Kundert, this time not much. Good job, good response.
Yep, Zambrano, Fay.
The big boys,
the big boys over there.
BBB, Bettendorf Big Boys, blasting away. Nobody taking a timeout here. I'm sure Bulldogs looking just to stop them.
PV doing a great job here, just eating the clock away.
Yeah, they've taken off of nearly 3 minutes. We're at 2:27. Nice drive, a couple first downs. Give, this time it's Hansen. Maybe a yard or 2 against stuff, but that's okay.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, they're taking time off the clock. They're not fumbling. They're not losing yardage.
Right. Now we get the timeout with Bettendorf.
There you go. Yep. We're at the 2:12 mark. And we really haven't seen success in the passing game early on. Bettendorf just dominated the first half, pounding the ball at the big running game. Now, do you expect we'll see, they brought in Seth Holmes, the junior quarterback, before the half. Maybe we'll see him again.
There comes Ed Morrissey out the offensive huddle, and he's bringing 31 Matt Taney out with him. So we'll see what he comes up with.
I wouldn't be surprised, and you've complimented Morrissey several times. Is there Anthony in the ball game? You know, you're going to expect a dive fake, a good fake by Mauser, and tell him, come up. And if Anthony's there, put it to him. If he's not, throw it out of bounds.
Right.
You know, I know you don't want the clock to stop, but you don't want to pick either.
That's right.
You know, we'll see what happens. And then they can just run the next play and give it up on downs, but maybe get a first down, but, you know, keep the clock going.
Well, the ball's on about the 33 of Bettendorf. So
or maybe you run here and you try that on 4th down because you're going to give it up anyway. We'll see what they do. 3rd and 6 from the 33-yard line of Bettendorf. Anthony's at quarterback. He was trying to option his side, so he did want to go to Anthony in a different way.
Right.
We got another timeout. Bulldogs. They're taking it now. 4th and 6. These extra drop for loss bring up about 4th and 8 or 9 here.
I think PV's going to have to punt this ball to the corner and then play some defense for the next couple of minutes.
Well, the MAC should be interesting this year. A couple of teams may be down and out, but for the most part, Burlington, Clinton, West, Pleasant Valley, Bettendorf, Assumption. Did I miss
Even
anybody?
Muscatine.
Yeah, you said Teal.
Big win against Central that first week, playing Assumption tonight, and see how they do in that game.
Assumption may be a little bit down this year. Central and North may be struggling. I'm not saying Assumption's going to have a lot of trouble. They'll be in almost every game.
Formidable.
Yeah.
But they lost, like we said that first week, and I was working with Jim Sanders that night. We talked about how many big linemen, good linemen at Assumption lost. I don't see how they can be as good this year.
Well, he lost the 2 big tackles. He lost and a big linebacker, O'Neal kid behind him. I mean, that was just a big group. Here's the kick.
I think we got a punt block coming.
They're coming after it. Don't get it. Flat kick right at him. Bettendorf will return it.
Oh, good block on the corner.
Trying to get out of bounds. He did.
Good corner set block by Chris Loader coming down, unloaded on somebody, and it was able to turn the corner on that return.
Kinsler returned it, got out of bounds to stop the clock up around the 20. Actually past the 20. They spotted on the 23.
Well,
77 yards to go. Minute 57.
Dan Bettendorf going to have an all-out effort here to go 80 and then score 2 to tie it.
Numkina goes out far left side with Franks. Colvin the lone setback. DeTrent is your quarterback. Throws it out to Numkina. Oh, and underthrew him. Numkina kind of slipped. He started to fade a little bit on an out route.
Yeah, just a little bit underthrown, and Numkina never had anybody within 4 or 5 yards.
Oh, you hit him in stride, and the thing is, I don't know if he can out-sprint everybody in the end zone, but you're going to have to corral that big old boy on the way down.
He probably would have made it to the 20, maybe.
But, I mean, he'd get caught about the 35 and finally they'd probably corral him at about the 20. Timeout Pleasant Valley.
Yeah, Joe Ambrose is going to go out to the defensive huddle now and get them settled down a little bit.
And the thing is, and you know what, I'm sure he's saying, I don't care if I stop the clock. My key is to make sure we don't get scored on.
Yeah.
And that's just it. Bend, don't break. He don't care if they go all the way down to the 1 yard line.
Keep the goalies deep. You bet. Because that's what they are in this situation. They're goalies.
Well, they don't want to have happen what happened right before the half to themselves. Or for themselves, actually, beating Bettendorf there right before the half.
Here we go again. I got all those coaches in the defensive huddle down. I tell you what, when I was coaching, those stripers have been right over my ear.
Did you have assistants?
It must be that home field advantage.
Did you have assistants?
Yeah. Matter of fact, it's a good thing I wouldn't have been as successful as I was.
I thought you were like Gil Thorpe and you just like one man everything.
Oh, Gil
Second
Thorpe,
and 10.
my idol.
Second and 10, a minute 51 to go. Same formation. DeTrent up high, steps up, out in the flat, caught, but only for about 2 or 3 yards.
Good defense out there. Number 45 for PV, Tom Duncan was right there, and that's a little bend play and don't give.
Well, they need to get the first down, remind everybody of that. Or you can forget about the minute and a half to go. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 from their 28. Now they go back to the eye. Oh, Numkina jumped. There's the flag. DeTrent zips it up. Ooh. Well, do you take the penalty? Or do you make him go 4th and 6?
I think you make him go 4th down here.
We'll see. Numkina did jump. We saw it.
I just give him 1 down instead of 2.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Yep. We'll find out. They're looking. It's going to be 3rd and 11 or 4th and 6. I'll take 4th and 6. What do you say, son?
Fairman, is it Fairman out there, the captain? He wants to put him
that's
back.
half the team, so call him Fairman.
Okay. Well, they're going to take the penalty.
Ooh.
A little bit surprised about that, but.
Well, 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11.
One of the maybe that's it. One of the Photographers up here said it could be a dead ball foul, but they let the play go. I don't think so. I think it's
no, it's not
option.
a dead ball foul
Yeah.
because the play went ahead and ran.
Well, 3rd and 11. Give him another opportunity to try it over the middle. Picked off.
Picked off.
It doesn't matter.
Number 45 for
Tom
PB.
Duncan.
Tom Duncan, the hero right now.
A lot of heroes out there.
Oh, that's true.
I'll tell you what, Anthony, Mauser, Hansen, the big guys up front,
Oh,
Egg,
man.
Shirts, and I'll tell you what, that whole offensive line just walled, blocked down.
Rulofson, Abel, Kaburski.
That was probably the real MVP. You know, they kept Hansen, they established the running game.
Right.
And Anthony, the big play guy, naturally.
I think Bettendorf's only got one timeout left, so they should be able to ice this game.
1:06 on the clock, 1st and 10. That really doesn't matter.
No.
It's don't fumble the ball and keep the clock going.
Yep. This will be
Mauser takes a knee.
the tightest line splits in the world.
They'll be touching spikes. We're under a minute. 2 years in a row, it looks like. Cyrus?
Looks that way, yeah. Daniel, is it?
Yes, it is, in fact.
All right, very good. Oh, shoot. Well, Bettendorf must be out of timeouts because they didn't stop the clock there, or they're going to wait. But
2nd and 10. Well, actually, about 11. It doesn't matter, like I said. That'll bring up 3rd down. 30 seconds. It's pretty much over with. Pleasant Valley trailed 13-0, and it looked like they were going to go into halftime trailing 13-0. Mauser to Anthony changed this whole game around.
he really did.
Play before the half, they came back, another connection. 9 seconds, that'll do it. The Spartans on the home field for the 2nd straight year upset Bettendorf. It's that neighborhood rivalry.
Another great victory for Ed Morrissey. I'm impressed.
21-13, we're being told, we told you, when it was 13-0, they trailed. Last year came 10-0 and won 14-0 and won 24-14.
Yeah. I don't know who the mayor of Pleasant Valley is, but his job might be, or her job might be in jeopardy.
21